Alright guys, today we're going to talk about probability distributions. The example 2 in the text is what we'll be referencing. This table is a probability distribution. What it's saying is that there's an infomercial out there and we want to know, of all the people that bought the product, how many times did they see the infomercial. So according to this table, 27% of all the people that bought the product saw the infomercial once before they purchased the item. 31% of the buyers saw it twice before they decided to buy the item, 18%, 3, etc. Now this 5 asterisks at the end is very important because this represents 5 or more. Maybe someone watched the infomercial 500 times and then decided to buy the product. They're part of the 5 or more category. We can't use a range, so we're going to use 5 in this example to represent the 5 or more category. Now the purpose of this is to figure out what is the expected number of times someone should see the infomercial before they had the highest probability of purchasing the item. And then we also want to know, give or take, how many times. That's where the mean and standard deviation come in. And so what I wrote up here is a breakdown of what the book is saying for our formulas, what we would have done with the Inspire, and what we are going to be doing with the 84. So first let's talk about the mean, x bar or mu. Now the book is saying the summation of x times p of x. So what we would have done in the Inspire is gone into our lists and spreadsheets, and in column A we would have put in the numbers 1 through 5, and in column B we would have put in the corresponding probabilities. So 0.27, 0.31, 0.18, 0.09, 0.15. Then in column C we would have put in the sum of A times B, and we would have gotten our answer. Now with the 84 we're going to do a similar process, but we have to use lists. So we have to go in and edit the lists, and L1 will be the 1 through 5, L2 will be the probabilities, and then in the calculator we're going to type in the sum of list 1 times list 2. Now I've shared out a Google Doc with the assignment that breaks down step by step how to do this, so don't worry. The standard deviation, S being for sample, sigma being for population, the book says it's the square root of the summation of x minus the mean squared times the probability of x. Well, in our calculators we had to be careful, so we would have gone to column D and we would have typed in the square root of the sum, 2 open parentheses, column A minus cell C1, which was the mean, squared times B. Now notice I did not close off that parenthesis because the Inspire was smart enough to understand that we were done with our formula. That is going to be the leading mistake that many of you are going to make with the 84s, because this is an archaic technology, as I said earlier. So what we're going to have to do is the square root of sum 2 open parentheses L1 minus the mean. So we actually have to type in 2.54 for this example because that's what the mean will be, squared times L2, and then make sure you close that parenthesis. If you don't close it, it's going to give you a syntax error. Again, the goal of the mean is to find the expected number of outcomes given the probability of each outcome occurring. So should we expect 1 time, 2 times, 3 times to watch this infomercial? Maybe it's 1 point something. In this case, it's 2.54. For the standard deviation, give or take the number of expected outcomes. So I'm expecting 2.4, give or take how many? So that's kind of a breakdown of this probability distribution. This is the example that I walked you through on the document. What I am asking you to do for an assignment is number 9. It's dealing with catching trout. Now you'll notice this is an A through E problem, and I wrote in caps locks. I do not want you to do every part. I only want you to find the mean and standard deviation. That is the only thing we are focusing on. Also, 4 or more is right here. Do not type in 4 or more. You want to use 4. 4 will represent this. Also, common mistake that people make when you're typing in the percentages, make sure it's in decimal form, and make sure 4% and 1% is 0.04 and 0.01, not 0.4 and 0.1. So try out that problem, see how it goes. Again, look at the Google Doc, watch this video, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Now, I will let you know that we have been told that we are not going to be submitting new stuff on Fridays anymore. So this will be the last video until Monday. I'll make this due Friday night. Also, I want to give everyone a heads up that the Department of Education and I believe the superintendents were starting to talk about how we're going to finish the school year through remote learning. So it's possible that we're going to be doing this through June. But stay tuned. We'll see. Hopefully, I find out more information tomorrow. Talk to you guys later.